I realized after the post last night that I need to be a better communicator. Because what I said was, ever look at old videos and think, wow, have I gotten worse? And I kind of just left it at that without really telling what I meant. And that's basically the danger of memes in a nutshell. People think that I say the word worse and I'm having a breakdown, and I can't be more specific because it's just one page. So I guess this is what this video is for. So I started to look at old videos. Old is relative term, right? 2017, right after I had gotten a breakthrough, right after I felt like I had some direction. And I felt like I was making gains more on an intellectual and conceptual side, not much of the physical side, just because all that stuff had been there. I am a fairly regimented practicer, at least when it comes to the time that I put in. The rhythmic cheat sheet, Mark Juliana, Nate Wood, I was all about it. I was all about like bridging the gap between my heroes and not sounding like them, but basically trying to figure out what it was about those cats that I liked and assimilating that into my own playing. So I did that, at least to the best of my ability then, and then I got bored because I could do that. I had done that. What now? Hey, let's pick up subdivision studies because Annika and Joel and Nathan and, you know, Virgil, all these guys are doing exactly what I wanted to be doing 15 years ago. I didn't have the vocabulary back then. My conception of time wasn't where it needed to be in order to do it. Probably had other priorities like learning how to swing, all of those things. But now that I feel like I'm more of myself, I could just go ahead and do that. So I put all of the rhythmic cheat sheet stuff down, at least in a independent coordinational sense, and I start hammering hard on this quintuplet, septuplet, really trying to understand how to impose those things over normal things, to come in and out of like 16th notes and 16th note triplets into quintuplets and septuplets. And the person that I was becoming 2 years ago, a year ago, started to fade away, almost like, you know, like a memory. And I got nervous and anxious and all of the things came out. And then I was like, wait a minute, time out. Am I actually getting worse? Am I losing a part of myself that I found, an artistic part of myself that I found in those years of study, just so I could work on something new? Well, the answer is no, because shortly after that post, I did this. And then, lo and behold, what started coming out? Well, what I had started to define as me. The moral of the story, to me at least, is apparently it can be a dangerous thing to just let stuff go, especially if they're important to you. Even if it's to do something else, to do something new and novel. But some things might happen. What happened with me is, well, I'll let certain routines go that keep me in touch with my artistic voice, and then I'll try to do something new, and obviously I can't do that new thing yet. So while I'm trying to have the discipline to work on something new that I can't do in musical situations yet, so that's already sort of delayed gratification, I am letting go the thing that makes me feel good in the moment. Like a workout routine, I'm just not doing it. I'm focusing on just one little area without looking at the complete picture. Now, I thought I was doing that with other exercises, with older things, but I didn't realize how integral certain things that I do had become. And so, well, I guess I have to restructure my practicing routine so that I can balance who I've become or who I am now and the types of ideas that I hear. And where I'm going. So hopefully that feeling won't happen again. And it probably will, right? But this is starting to be fun. This whole like watching myself ask questions. Becoming open about how I feel and what I'm thinking, much to the chagrin of some of you guys who probably thinks I have a meltdown every 6 months, has helped me become more mindful of the mental peaks and valleys that I go through. And so my ruts have actually been shorter and things have started to even out a little bit. I'm more quickly able to tell you kind of what I mean by something as nebulous as worse, which means that I know it in myself, which means that I'm not making a value assessment every time I feel like I'm not satisfied with the progress that I'm making, or at least a value assessment in terms of my self-worth, which I can promise you was a problem a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But a lot of this positivity has to do with you guys and my interactions with you. So thank you very much. I mean, really thank you. As soon as I get out of wedding season, because I am in a wedding band, I promise you I'm going to get more content out there, because there's some things that I've been meaning to talk about, specifically things like how to get out of ruts, how to communicate, my practicing with quintuplets and septuplets, and how I've used my rhythmic cheat sheet to navigate that space, a bunch of stuff. So please, it's coming, I promise. But thank you for paying attention in the interim, and I will see you again soon. I lied. Let me teach you guys something. So a couple months ago now, I guess I had this Blake Richardson episode, and well, check this out. So yeah, we didn't check the levels properly, and him yelling wasn't enough to convey exactly what he was talking about. So basically, I'm going to go through a couple of things with you. I'm going to go over what I asked him to teach, and I'm going to show you my variation of it, which is in quintuplets. Yay. So the whole idea is sort of an inverted paradiddle diddle with a kick drum at the end. This thing's really cool because you can do a couple of things with it. You can use it as a fill. can create sort of a septuplety type of backbeat thing with it. So here's my quintuplet one. Take special care where the quarter note falls with the pattern. That's really the key. If you can't hear quintuplets like you want, focus on the physical aspect of it. Make your body move where that beat is. And so get a sense of where the beat coincides with that pattern. Really just like anywhere else, just like anything else. If you're playing a groove, you have to take special care, especially when they're offbeat eighth notes or whatever, where that metronome is, where the beat actually is, so that you're not throwing the time back and forth. It took me a while to really hear the contact points between the beat and this pattern in septuplets. The next thing I would suggest is try to start it on different beats. And you don't have to be completely free with it yet, but that's the goal. So try to start it on beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, and then walk it all the way back until you're starting it on the last quarter note of the second measure. That will give you a sense of what that thing feels like, and it'll give you more possibilities when you're playing it live. Anyways, that's that.